Hi Leo, my name is Audrey Alison. Thank you for joining me for your December 2017 Astro Tarot forecast. I am shuffling the new Palladini Tarot by David Palladini, which is quickly becoming my new favorite deck. Here's what the back looks like. And I wanted to also tell you I'm extending a little bit of my special from October. If you purchase a 60 or 90-minute Astro Tarot session with me, you will receive 10 free minutes, and you have until the 24th or through the 24th of November to purchase that. And you can apply the 10 free minutes to the end of the session, or you can choose to have a free 10-minute reading at some point through the end of 2017. So just keep that in mind. If you've never read with me, it's now the time to purchase that reading. Let's get to the top of the month. It's the first transit of Venus in December on the 1st, in Sagittarius, in fire, which works for Leo. This is going to draw in romance in a very big way. And please watch your rising. This forecast is really strong for Leo rising and Leo moon, but watch all of them for a full cosmic catch-up. Venus in your 5th house of true love and romance. It doesn't get better when it's time to meet somebody. There's attraction, there's beauty, there's an element of energy that draws you to where Venus is. There's harmony in the 5th house of the relationship with your children, of your creative endeavors, your entrepreneurial pursuits. There could be money in this area for you too, because Venus is love, but she's also money. And I feel like this is a very strong placement all month for Leo, because Sagittarius is impacted so much in this month, and that trines any of your Leo placements. It's all fire, so it filters towards Leo very harmoniously. Now, on the 3rd, we have our Mercury retrograde, our final one of the year. But don't worry, there'll be 3 more next year. Mercury retrogrades from 29 degrees of Sag back to 11 degrees, and that's from the 3rd of December to the 22nd in this 5th house. So here's what I think is happening. Leo and Leo rising are hearing from old loves from the past. And there is a walk down memory lane. When Mercury retrogrades, we do hear from people that we haven't in a while, because it is the planet of communications. And when that slows down like a satellite in the sky, people tend to draw from the past in order to move forward. And with that might come a call or two from an ex-lover, because of the 5th house being the house of the lovers. And, oh, I see a squirrel running across the deck. The house of the lovers and romance and happiness. I think some people might be remembering what made them happy and reaching out to Leo, or Leo is doing that themselves. So before you place that phone call, make sure you're thinking clearly, because Mercury will retrograde over the planet of Saturn in Saturn's tail end visit in Sagittarius for this month. And with that comes a final lesson, because Saturn is lessons learned and a hell of a time learning them. So you don't want to say anything you regret, and you don't really want to communicate too much in the retrograde without putting your foot in your mouth. So there's something in this that, you know, tread lightly when it comes to how much you're communicating through the retrograde to romantic partners. Just needs to be thought about again, especially while Saturn's there, adding to some of the limitation you might be experiencing. And maybe it's that you don't get the call back, and the lesson is that you shouldn't have called to begin with. So see how that applies to you, because I'm sure it's different for every Leo. But Venus is here too, so it tends to make me think that there's a love from the past that's either coming through or that you're trying to get a hold of. And there could be a lesson here for you. On the 3rd, the same day Mercury retrogrades, we have our full moon 11 degrees of Gemini. This sextiles the Leo placements you have in the area of friendship and connections socially, clubs and groups, organizations that you're affiliated with. It's also the goal sector, so there's a goal of completion here, completed goal for Leo, Leo rising. Full moon is an ending in the 11th house of goals. So you're checking off the checklist here, Leo. On the 9th, Mars, the planet of anger and feist and energy and stamina, determination, drive, will, physical activity, enters Scorpio, where Jupiter is stationed. Leo and Leo rising want to be at home at this time or with their mothers. The 4th house is impacted here. And you could be working at the home, working on the home, fixing up the environment. And in a big way, because Jupiter is influencing this sector. For Leo, for the entire year, you probably have a new residence and you are working on the expansion of your space. And I feel like Mars is a catalyst planet when he crosses over Jupiter. This is an igniting energy. You have more action to put in towards your living arrangement and more action to develop the relationship with your mother because she governs that 4th house sector. On the 12th, the new moon at 26 degrees of Sag. Now here's where new romance comes in even more. New moon in the 5th house of true love and romance, but this is also pregnancy. So if you're not looking for that, you better use protection, because the new moon in the 5th house is the house of children, and it's the initiating seed of implantation. So I think that you have new projects you're beginning, but this could also be pregnancy. It could be creative endeavors and performances that happen at that time. If you're an actress or a writer or an actor, or you are a musician, you're a singer-songwriter, the new moon of the 18th is a great time to have your performances. But even though Mercury is retrograde, you have to just make sure you know all of your lines, memorize everything thoroughly. It's a great day to initiate a new creative start. On the 19th forward, we have a lot of Capricorn energy. Saturn is entering Capricorn, finishing a 3-year stay in Sagittarius. So now what you have to look forward to, the good news for Leo and Leo rising is that you can now date again. I feel like there's not been a lot of lighthearted energy. You're very picky and discerning in a good way. Saturn doesn't want you wasting your time on just anybody that you probably would have prior to December 17th of 2014. Trust me, this could not be more accurate for me personally. And I am a Leo rising, so this makes sense. And I'm sure it applies to a lot of Leos. You're either in serious relationships before Saturn went into Sagittarius, or you're just not getting into them until he's out of there. So it's a limiting planet. It's a planet of stifling. You need your space. And now he's moving into the 6th house. So what this is going to do, this is going to realign your diet, your health. He is restrictive, which means detox programs, diets, and regimens are fine-tuned. The body is realigned. You could see a lot of chiropractic work and bone work happen. Saturn governs Capricorn, and that area on the zodiac is teeth, the spine, hips, joints, knees, ankles. So if you have prior injuries in those areas that I've mentioned, over the course of 3 years, you want to really tend to them, guard them. If you're a runner, use great sneakers to protect those ankles. If you had back issues, please seek your acupuncturist. That's also a very positive treatment when Cap is in the 6th house. Acupuncture, chiropractic work. Make sure your dental work is being kept up. There is the need to have surgery, because Pluto is going to be in this 6th house, and Saturn and Pluto are going to cross energies, especially in the end of 2018 and all of 2019. And that's going to be a lot of potential for surgery. And it could be to realign you, to make the body better. And it starts with bones and teeth. So keep that in mind. But it's also great for losing weight. Saturn in the 6th house, over the course of 3 years, you're going to fine-tune your regimen, health regimen, workouts. Your tribe is going to come into place, physical trainer, personal trainer, masseuse, all of the people you need tending to your body. It's kind of like you're going to be, you know, an NFL star. You've got everybody working on you. So it's better than the 5th house is what I have to say, because now you're open-hearted. Now you can let in the opportunity for love while Saturn works on the diet, the health regimens, and things like that. Also, you could see pets come into the home at this time. The 6th house is animals, pets, and the little babies you nurture that aren't human. So Saturn wants to see roots and establishing severe guidelines. I think you could be helping. Maybe you rescue an animal or two in that period. On the 21st, the Sun enters Capricorn as well. And on the 25th, Venus joins the party. So again, 6th house of health is tended to in a big way for Leo rising. And Venus there, if you're not feeling well, God forbid any of you are dealing with illnesses or disease, please know that you have relief come Christmas. And Venus in the health sector can help smooth over ailments and can help you find some relief if you are in any type of pain. And if you are, my heart goes out to you. It is holiday time, and I just hope that everybody is feeling their best. And whatever holiday you celebrate, I'm wishing you a beautiful experience in that. So let's get to the tarot and see what comes up for Leo. And if you'd like to book with me, I'm at audreyalison.com. I read all through the week. You can find me there. Your cards for December. Leo rising. 7 of Rods. This is the first time this card's come up in these forecasts. It is fire, though, for Leo, but it is a competitive card, and it's also a defensive card. And there might be, in creative pursuits, oh, this is interesting. Yes, in creative pursuits, there's a lot of competition in what you're doing. And I feel like Leo is having to defend what they do. And it might be because everyone thinks they can do what you do, which is also making me smile. This is a card of standing your ground. See those wands coming at him? And he's got one in his hand. He's holding it differently than the rest of them. Everyone wants a little piece. Everybody wants a little piece of what's going on here for Leo. But you're protecting the ground you're standing on. He's on a higher level. Look at that. He's on higher ground than those wands shooting up at him that are being held by other people. So I feel like you just have to know what it is you do. Let the imitators imitate, and you don't have to be verbally defensive. And I know it's hard, trust me, sometimes I just want to go off. But maybe the Mercury retrograde isn't the best time for that. Let's see. 3 of Cups. Friendship, support. Who do you trust? Generosity, sisterhood, siblings. Those 3 women on that card are supportive people. So, see how this is negative people? 7 of Rods, turn to those who truly support you. And look, there's a lot less of them. There's fewer than them. There's a few of them. Okay. So, what I'm hearing is you don't need a whole bunch of friends. If you just have 1, 2, or 3, and they're excellent friends, and they're the right friends, you don't need 7 casual acquaintances. You have 2 to 3 good friends. You know what I'm saying? So quality versus quantity is what I'm hearing on that. Amen. Okay, 2 of coins. I think Leo is juggling 2 jobs. Leo has 2 coins in the air. Opportunities coming in. And the increase in your finances could apply. 2 of swords. So you have 2 coins and you have a sword for each of them. There is a decision that needs to be made. He has the new moon above his head. So it could be on the 18th or around the 18th of the new moon, where you are deciding either between what job you're taking, what opportunity you're allowed, or it could be regarding these relationships with these people, whether they're real friends or fake friends. You're making a choice, is the 2 of swords. You're also discerning. And with Mercury, which rules the air, Gemini vibes, you're discerning. You're weighing what the right path is in the retrograde. So maybe just hold off on implementing the action of that until after the 23rd. I really hope this was helpful, Leo. I'm wishing you a beautiful holiday, a lovely November and December. And remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.